Okay, I've been working on the motor mounts. These are pretty much the final designs. Done this all up in Blender. This is now on my other computer, which is in Lightburn. So I'm going to cut these out of some paper and we'll go make sure they look good on the motor. There we go, all three of those cut out. Let's go try them out on the motor. And there we go. There's one of them. Go around. This is the back of the motor, on there. And then this one here is the right hand side. Now this one, there's no hole in behind there. But it's also going to need some spaces made up for all three of those, just so that plate stands out. The other ones will sit flush against the motor. But those are looking good. Right, so now I'm going to start getting the steel ready to cut out these mounts. Just because it's like, I think it's 7mm thick steel. I'm going to be using the plasma cutter, so I'm going to do one cut straight down there, just get that piece off, and then I'll start blocking it into smaller sections and get those mounts cut out. Alright, start drilling these holes. So I've been doing some more modifications to these brackets. I've taken a bit off the end here, just because it's not really necessary for it to go all the way to the back in there. So I've done that, done a little bit of trimming up around here, made sure I've had this little gap here so I can do a welding. And now that's going to sit there. And we've got a little gap down the bottom there. Now I've started doing these dots here. These are going to be holes I'm going to drill. Just to have a hole in this bracket, and that way I can spot weld essentially this bracket to the frame as well, so it's not only welded on the outside but it's also welded in here, just making sure it's extra strong. I'm not going to be doing any holes on this back piece. It's just going to be welded around the edges, which is going to be fine. And then I'm probably going to do a couple of holes, maybe 3 or 4 in here. Because this flat here is the important piece, because there is going to be a piece of square steel sticking out here in some angle, some orientation, blah blah blah, you know. Other side's already done as well, so I'm pretty much going to get these welded in before I even start working on those front ones there, just to make it a bit easier for myself. Sweet. Drilling out all these holes now. See that 4 dots I put on there for those ones. And there we have 2 bits of Swiss cheese. Right, I'm gonna mark out all the holes and just go into town sanding in behind everything. There we go. I've done a bit more sanding work. I've got down to these screws in here. Make sure that's nice and cleaned up, and it's cleaned up inside there as well. When these go on. Here we are a little bit time later. Some decent welds on there. One side's done. Now we're going to move on to this other side and get this put on there. Yeah, somewhere around there. You can definitely tell the difference between a weld where I was still trying to figure out exactly how to do it, and a weld where I've got it all sorted.